Hey guys, this is Matt Brunet, creator of Animation Lookback and AniMat'S Reviews, and welcome to another exciting update vlog. Now, I just want to go and start things out by saying that technically, in this update vlog in particular, there isn't anything huge that I'm gonna go and announce. But there will be a little bit of a theme where I do have some big plans ahead, but I'm only going to be taking the first steps in order to do so. So, of course, I got a lot of plans regarding some of my things where I am going to initiate some big changes, but now I'm just going to be testing the waters on some of them to see if they will go and work. And first thing that I want to go and discuss is actually something that is well underway, and you have probably seen the first part, which is Animation Lookback, The Thief and the Cobbler. And the first part, I will say, it is actually a little bit unique, and I am doing something that's a little different than most other animation lookbacks. Most namely, you may have noticed that the first part of it is actually a lot shorter than many of the others. In fact, this is probably the first time in a very long time, or ever since like probably the beginning of my videos, that I've ever released a video of Animation Lookback that's less than 20 minutes or something like that. Okay, but in all seriousness, when it comes to this Animation Lookback in particular, this might be something that I've already covered in the last update vlog, but now I am at the point, in fact, as I am recording this, and probably by the time that you are watching this as well, I am at the point with Animation Lookback, The Thief, where I'm at the point where I am editing all the videos together. I'm pretty much putting all the pieces so that the videos will be ready and put at launch. But this is to say that now I am fully confident with how the future of this Animation Lookback works. And I know how the steps are going to go and how each of them will be. So here's the thing. Here are the details about Animation Lookback, The Thief and the Cobbler. The thing is that overall, the series is going to be consisted in 5 parts, and no, there will be no honorable mention since I am only going to be focusing on that one movie in particular. Sure, I will be glancing over some of the other movies that Richard Williams has done during that time, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Raggedy Ann and Andy: A Musical Adventure, but the main focus is just going to be on The Thief and the Cobbler. And on each part, they will be pretty much as long as the first part. They're going to be somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes, and I would guess that the combining total will be somewhere around an hour, maybe a little bit more even, but that's at least in terms of the running time that I'm expecting. And in terms of each of these parts, what I decided to do is not necessarily separate them by going somewhere between 25 or 30 minutes, obviously. I'm not separating them by timeline, but rather I'm separating them by chapters, where there's a big significant moment that is going on in each chapter to know what is going on in terms of its history. So like part 1, you saw that it's all about Nasruddin. And then part 2, which that one is going to be coming soon by the time this video would be released. With part 2, that one is going to be about actually crafting the actual Thief and the Cobbler that people can recognize, and Richard Williams' journey in order to get the money. And then part 3 is going to be about Who Framed Roger Rabbit and the aftermath of it, and what led to the Thief and the Cobbler's inevitable demise. So from there, it should give you a little bit of an example that each part would contain a very significant moment that really does highlight what is going on during that time. And some of them can be in a span of just a few years, and some of them can last for like what happened during some decades. Like part 2 is probably one of the biggest gaps in terms of the timeline, going from like the 70s and even across the 80s as well. So that's pretty much the big moment with all these videos in particular. Now, in terms of when those will be released, I am planning like the other animation lookbacks where I want to go and try to release them once every month, where in March I did release the first part, and then April you're gonna get another one, in May you're gonna get another, but in June that's when I'm gonna choose to go and end off the series, where I will be releasing 2 of them, where part 4 and part 5 will be coming out for The Thief and the Cobbler, to pretty much end off the whole series right there. Well, not animation look back, of course, but just on The Thief and the Cobbler, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much what you should go and expect for animation look back, The Thief and the Cobbler. So far with the first part, a lot of people seem to have really enjoyed it. Admittedly, one thing that I could say a little bit in terms of behind the scenes, that the first part I had to craft at the last minute, where it was the first time in many years where like kind of this deadline was looming over me and I had to make sure I get it done. And even with the trailer itself, it came in at the last minute, but I'm glad that it came out. I'm glad that a lot of people really did enjoy it, and I do hope that you guys will continue to enjoy when the next parts will be coming in. Okay, so that's pretty much it for animation look back, and then there's another thing that I would like to discuss about. Now, this may not necessarily be the first time that this happened in my channel, but considering that there is a bit of a pattern that's starting to appear, I do feel like it is still worth mentioning and still worth talking about, just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. Now, you may have noticed recently with my videos that I am starting to release 2 videos a week, or at least 2 main videos a week, if you don't count the weekly AniMat'S Crazy Cartoon Cast videos. So, like with that, it would mean like 3, where I would go and release one on Friday, and then I would also release another one on Saturday. That's starting to become a lot more of a thing. Well, that is mainly because when I look into my schedule, I seem to be a lot more packed than I would honestly expect. I've been getting a lot more special reviews and special requests from people on Patreon and even in other places as well. It was actually quite exciting and quite surprising, the fact that 11 Arts, the North American distributor of some Japanese animated films, they asked me to do a review of Penguin Highway, which, why not? You know, I'm opportunistic with that. But from there, also, not only I did get a lot of special requests, but also a lot of big movies are coming out, a lot of reviews in general, so especially in the summertime, where there is going to be a bit more of an abundance of several different animated features, and also like a few special ones as well, whether it be the live-action remake of Aladdin, or even Detective Pikachu, which, of course, I mean, as you can tell, I'm probably excited for it, and I am planning to go and review that film as well, as a massive Pokemon fan throughout my whole life, so I really want to go and check it out, and I really do want to go and talk about it. But going back to the element of what's going on with my videos, yes, that could be something that you will start to notice a bit more often, and at the very least, in the foreseeable months, that might be a little bit more common, where you are going to see videos that are going to be released on Friday and on Saturday as well. But just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, what I'm going to do is that in terms of the more anticipated videos, I know a lot of people, usually they would get a lot more excited for stuff like the classic reviews or the regular reviews or even the animation lookbacks or stuff like that. What I would like to do is that I want to save those for last, meaning that if there is a bigger video, then I'm going to save those for Saturday in case there is a week that I would go and release 2 different reviews a month. So from there, the Fridays would often be the ones that would be like an appetizer, that if you're excited for a specific video to go and come out, then it would most likely come out on Saturdays. So I'm just going to say right now that in terms of the special reviews, those ones are usually going to be on Friday, and then the big reviews and the ones that are more anticipated and the videos that people have been waiting for a while that they want to check out, those ones I will save for last on Saturday. So hopefully that should go and clear things up in terms of my videos. And I don't know how long this is going to last. Maybe this will be continuous for like several months and even throughout the summer, but at least in terms of the upcoming months like April and May, those will be a little bit common. And don't be surprised to find that maybe I'll just release just only one special video on that week. So maybe it's just going to be Friday and that's it. But I figured that with this, I'll give you guys a little bit of a heads up that this is coming up with my videos. Okay, so now that I got that cleared out, hopefully you guys will understand now in terms of the current pattern of my videos. Now it's time that I'm gonna go and move on to some other elements that I do have, including Patreon. Now, I'm going to admit that Patreon is actually something that I am considering to make some significant updates. I'm not going to reveal what they are just yet, but I am, of course, looking for many ways in order to go and improve my stuff, including Patreon. But I'm not going to fully integrate them just yet. I am going to be experimenting with a few things, and so far, I have done a little bit of updates in terms of the tiers and also some of my goals. Now, in terms of the tiers, like how much you can pledge per month, I added a brand new tier, which is at $30 a month. And this one is actually very similar to the $25 a month, which does get you a few things like a weekly blog, seeing my videos before anyone else, credits, and also you would get a digital art commission that you ask me to draw whatever you'd like and I would go and actually do it for you. But in this case over here, the $30 a month is very similar to that, except in terms of the art commission, not only would you be getting that reward where you would ask me to draw whatever, but also I will actually go and mail it to you. I will go and print out an actual, like the artwork itself, like it will become a legitimate print, and then I will go and personally sign it. Like, I know I put in my signatures in my artwork, but this time around it's going to be a little bit different where now I will actually go and sign on the actual print and then I'll mail it to you. So this is a way to go and experiment a little bit in terms of bringing back physical rewards. I used to do that, like I offered at one point like exclusive t-shirts, and then that didn't go as well. Well, it's not like it went badly, it's just that they were less on demand by patrons, so I decided, okay, maybe I'll retire that thing. But now I am at the point where I am experimenting with actual physical rewards to see if it's still viable, if it is something that people would like to see again. And also for those who have actually requested an art commission before that, or if they have a higher pledge on my Patreon currently, then just come in and ask me if you would like to have your old art commission to be printed and to be signed and to be sent to you as well. Just let me know if that is an option you would like to have. But that's the only updated tier that I have, and that's the only one that so far I am just experimenting in terms of having physical rewards. Now, looking onto the goals, and that's probably the big change that I wanted to do. And in terms of my goals, I decided to go and update where now with the goals, I want to include actually doing special videos, like highly requested, and stuff that would require me to put in a lot more effort and a lot more work onto, and put them as goals. Like, if I made a specific amount per month on my Patreon, then I will go and immediately do this. Now, the new updates that I have are going to be the ones that I am actually pretty close to. Like, for example, if I make it to $1,500 a month on my Patreon, then at that point, I'm gonna go and do a special top 10. And what I mean by a special top 10, this is not necessarily going to be like any regular top 10 or any of my smaller top 10s, rather it be like the top 5 best and worst animated films of the year, or even just recently with what I did with the top 12 Garfield TV specials. This one is going to be like the big, elaborate top 10s, the ones that I would be filming myself, the ones that would have like special effects, the ones that would have like special props, and like really crazy ideas. Like, I got one in particular that I'm not going to reveal just yet, but I know this is going to be something that would require a lot of work. So think of something in the scope of like the top 10 other Disney villains, or like just recently with the top 10 biggest box office bombs. So something among those lines, something that might be a little bit similar to there. So if I reach $1,500 a month, then I will be doing a very special top 10 that will be in the massive scale of those kinds of top 10. So hopefully that could get you excited. Now, at $2,000 a month, that one has not changed. If I make it to $2,000 a month on my YouTube channel, then I will be rebooting AniMat Plays. Yes, there was at one point I did a Let's Play channel, and I would love to go back to it, but I do need the money in order to get the proper equipment from it. That's why I'm currently retiring from making Let's Plays right now. It's not necessarily that I don't really want to do them, it's just that the current things that I have right now in order to make them, they're really not that strong enough. So I'm hoping that with the money I'll be able to get like a massive PC computer that would be powerful enough to do like so many different things, including like showing Let's Plays on Twitch. So at $2,000 a month, I will most certainly be rebooting AniMat Plays, and I'm still keeping my promise that if I ever do go back to it, then the first game I'm going to play will be Cuphead, no matter what. But then, and this is going to be the part where I'm really going to go and grab your attention, it's going to be $2,500 a month. Now, if my Patreon makes it to $2,500 a month, then I'm officially going to do your wish. That's going to be the point that I will go and do Animation Lookback Nicktoons. This is probably the most requested animation look back that people have demanded me for years at this point. But if I make it to $2,500 a month, then the animation look back that will be after the one that I would be currently working, that is definitely going to be Nicktoons, where that will be at the point where I will be looking at many beloved Nickelodeon shows like Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, SpongeBob SquarePants, Fairly Odd Parents, Hey Arnold, Wild Thornberrys, The Loud House, and so much more. And even stuff like, can't forget Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's honestly one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows, so I just gotta throw it in right there. But yeah, so this is pretty much to say that at $2,500 a month, then that is going to be the moment where I will be granting many people's wishes, and I will do Animation Lookback Nickelodeon. Now, at that point, some of you might be wondering, how is it that you can go and support me on Patreon? How is it that you can go and actually achieve those goals to get the special top 10, to get the reboot of AniMat Plays, to get Animation Lookback Nicktoons? Well, a good first step is to go to to go to patreon.com/animat, and from there, that is where you can go and actually make whatever pledge you like in order to help me out, to go and support my work, and to be closer to many of those goals. And from there, I would like to add also, you don't necessarily have to make like a giant pledge. You know, like any amount of money can actually help. Like, even if you would go at the minimum and do $2 a month, that's perfectly fine. That does help me in some way, and that's definitely great. It doesn't matter how much you go and pledge, but just the action itself of actually pledging to help me out and support me on Patreon, that's definitely great. You know, you're doing a great thing for me. You're really helping me out, and you're really showing your support for my kind of work, and that you enjoy it and you want to see more, and you also want to see me grow. You want to see me do better, and you want to see me make better videos than the ones that I already am now. So again, with all the updates that I've done, you can go and check them all out. And if you are interested in supporting me, then all you have to do is go to patreon.com/animat. And finally, one more thing I would like to add is another place where I am thinking about doing some big updates is actually regarding my gift shop. Yes, the AniMat'S gift shop, which is on Spreadshirt. From there, I have done a big, massive update before where I did change up some of the designs and also updated some of the merchandise as well. And from there, like, I really am happy and I really am proud with the updates, but I'm also looking for ways to go and add some new things into it. And I know that I can be pretty limited when it comes to the types of merchandise. I'm only limited to what Spreadshirt can offer. And I remember I did ask some people, like, what kind of merchandising would you like to see? And some people even suggested that maybe I can go and sell AniMat branded fedoras. And honestly, I can't necessarily do that, but it did give me an idea where I can go and actually sell some hats. And that's the new thing that I have added to my gift shop. I have now went and added a whole bunch of brand new top quality hats. Many of these are actually baseball caps, and each of them have their unique design in which they have the design of either Animation Lookback, the AniMat'S seal of approval, the AniMat'S seal of garbage, or even the Electric Dragon Productions logo. And also, there is another one that is a different kind of hat. I actually got a snapback that has the Animation Lookback logo on it. So if you guys are interested in actually getting a hat, I decided to go and add that onto the whole gift shop, you know, to give a little bit more of a variety. And that is also something that I am considering to look into the future. Maybe I can go and add in a lot more different merchandising onto the gift shop. And by the way, one more thing I would like to add is just that if there is a different kind of merchandise, if you got an idea of something that I could add to the AniMat'S gift shop that you would be interested in buying out, don't hesitate to tell me. If you got an idea, just write it down in the comments or tell me on social media, and hopefully if it's something that Spreadshirt can offer, then I can probably go and make it. So that's just a little bit of an idea to go and consider. If you got any ideas, tell me, but for now, I do have some things that I want to plan out in the future, but currently I'm just gonna go and focus on the hats and just tell you that the new hats branded to Electric Dragon Productions and Animation Lookback and all that kind of stuff, they will be available in my gift shop. And with that said, that should be it for this update vlog. So I know that is a lot to talk about, but with all that said, I just would like to say thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you all so much for your support. I am still getting really close to getting 100,000 subscribers, so any help to go and spread the word about it, to help me reach that milestone, that would be absolutely amazing. And even at that, though, again, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for your support. And don't forget to go and like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter. And also, I got my other places like patreon.com/animat, and also my gift shop at spreadshirt.edpshop.com. I think that is the website. If not, then I will have like a place where it will say so, or like you could check out a link in the description or something and you could go and check it out there. But with all that said, I just would like to say thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see you later, dudes!